Well, welcome to another Dog Turds into Diamonds. We are just about to go into July 2034 and start season 14. 14 seasons, and we are still not a Premier League club. Hopefully, we can change all that this season, though. We start off here on the budget screen. You can see we have got a nearly 10 million transfer budget. That is because, as we will show you in a second, we have sold Mario Kacquiao. It has saved the club financially. It's allowed us to upgrade the training facilities again, which is great. We have invested in academy coaching to hopefully start getting a better quality of youth player come through. It's money that's going to give us security and kind of really help push the club on. The concerning thing here is, as it says, due to the league having a wage as a percentage of turnover cap in place, we cannot allow the budgets to be adjusted. So that means we are going to have to deal with 125,000 a week on the wage budget. That is going to be really difficult because, as you can see here, we have offered a few contracts, and that is going to put us at 136,000 a week. I mean, I'm reading that there. Is there any way? I mean, it just does say I can adjust it here. So this slider may be getting moved around a fair bit in pre-season. Well, I mean, we've got 9 million or 8.3 million in the bank right now. That is going to go up when Kacquiao's sale goes through. Let's get into today's episode, and I'll tell you all about that and a lot more, including 5 new players coming in. And let's see how we're going about setting ourselves up for what will hopefully be a promotion season. Let's go. Let's get into it. Yes, it is another Dog Turds into Diamonds. We are here with AFC Rushden and Diamonds in the Championship. And this is the big news so far for the new season. Yes, we are an affiliate club of Chelsea, the Premier League champions, the dominant team of this save. They have won a number of Champions Leagues, a number of Premier Leagues. They have Erling Haaland, who has been a multiple Ballon d'Or winner in this save. We are now able to loan players from Chelsea without any cost, which is obviously fantastic. But we are going to have to see if anybody wants to come to us, because we've got money to spend right now, and we've been trying to splash it around. I offered £1 million for Thomas Abademi, who in a few days is going to finish his loan at Championship Charlton. They accepted the bid, but Abidemi wasn't interested in coming to us. This is the problem. We've got money, but nobody thinks that we are a big enough club to further their career. So I am, in a few days' time, I am going to offer to take Abidemi on loan, and we'll see if that goes through, because I think he would be an improvement on Sanisalo. But we're going to have to see if he's convinced. We're going to have to see if he's interested in it. They do have some other players that we're kind of looking at. I'm scouting a number of these players right now. Asia Alonso is a player who was out on loan at Sheffield Wednesday this season. He looks really good. Again, I'm going to put a bid in for him in a few days. See if he wants to come to us. It says he's a striker. I think, looking at his characteristics, we could maybe train him as the Trequartista to be the Mario Kacquiao replacement. We're going to have to see what happens there. They also have Cameron Evans, who we are currently scouting. From what we can see, doesn't look bad. So with this affiliation with Chelsea, anyone we want to loan is going to be available for nothing. We won't have to pay any wages. And Colin Winter here is a player who is going out of contract in just a few days' time. He's been on loan at Preston, and I think he looks a really good number 10 there. I think he could well be the Mario Kacquiao replacement, the young Welshman. So I did try and sign him. Things fell through. He wanted a lot of money, which I couldn't offer him. So we're going to have to see if maybe he'll accept less once his contract runs out with Chelsea, once he's a free agent. So we'll see what happens there. That's the big news. What is going on with transfers right now? Well, if we look at transfer history, okay, so there's nothing going on right now because we've gone over into a new season and there haven't been any new deals confirmed. But we did confirm a few at the end of last season. Of course, you know about Mike Duffy coming in from Chelsea, the young goalkeeper. Daniel Porter, new right back, who's come in from South Shields, previously of Bristol City. And Wayne Williams, a young midfielder, these are all, well, Mike Duffy and Williams are kind of young prospects, and Daniel Porter will be the backup right back. We've also sent Wagani Dior out on loan for the season to Hull, the Senegalese international. Not really good enough for us, so we've got his wages off the book for the season, which is positive. Yeah, and the other big one was Victor Arno has gone to Everton for £4.5 million. It goes up, I think, to about £6.5 million with instalments. So the young goalkeeper, ex-PSG, we got him in for nothing when he was released by PSG, and we've made a really decent profit out of him. And that has meant we haven't had to think about selling Igor Luis this summer, which is fantastic. I do think he's going to be a very, very good goalkeeper, but right now he's not better than Sanisalo, so it just made sense to cash in on him and get that money in the bag. So Victor Arno, his stay was short with us, but who knows? Maybe our paths will cross again in the future. I do think he's going to be an excellent signing. Now, if we look at deals coming in, we have 5 players that are coming in a few days' time. Brahima Gomez is one of those. He's coming in from Swansea on a free transfer. He's, again, a young goalkeeper, so an Arno replacement. Again, he's not good enough to be a first-choice player right now, but I do think he looks like an excellent prospect. He's come into Swansea from Braga. He's had a couple of appearances in the Championship, which haven't gone too well for him. But at his young age, he's got a lot of first-team games under his belt, 70 appearances, league appearances. So again, on a free transfer, it just makes sense. Just makes sense for him to come in, and if he becomes something great, but he could be another player that we're able to sell on for a decent amount of money in the future. So that's a decent signing. Charlie Setford. He is a goalkeeper who is rated as the best goalkeeper in League One. He didn't get promotion with Luton. I offered for him, I think we offered £2 million. It was accepted, might have been £1.5 million. It was accepted, but he's not interested in talking to us because he doesn't think we're big enough. So that is another goalkeeper we've missed out on, which is really, really disappointing. Who else? We've got Kurt Donnelly currently on trial from Newcastle. He's available on loan for £550 a week. Now, what we can see of him here is physicals look fantastic. His mentals look really, really good. And his technicals, if he's at the top end of these ranges for his tackling, for his heading, for his first touch, his passing, he could be a really, really exceptional young centre-back. So I've got that loan set up, but I'm waiting just to confirm what his ratings are like. At 6'3" with great jumping reach, good marking, I'm hoping he can be the replacement for the likes of Callum Simpson and Jamie Weeks that we've had the last few seasons. Who else is coming in? Ronnie Edwards is a 31-year-old midfielder coming in from Portsmouth at the end of his contract. Really, really good passing and tackling, good first touch. So a decent option as perhaps a box-to-box midfielder or a defensive midfielder. And he can also play centre-back, although with 8 marking, I wouldn't really want to use him there. But again, just a really good free transfer to get in. He's spent a number of years at Portsmouth, played a lot of Championship games, played in the Championship for Peterborough as well back in the day, as well as spells at Sheffield Wednesday and Wrexham. So he's a player with a lot of experience. I felt like we needed more experience and more quality in midfield, a bit more strength in depth. I think with the FA Cup run last season, we really suffered with our strength in depth. We had a lot of injuries and the backup players weren't really good enough. Now, another player coming in on a free transfer is Ismael Rodriguez, a Mexican midfielder coming in from FC Porto. And physically, he looks fantastic. Mentally, he looks pretty good. And then technically, his first touch and passing are acceptable for a midfielder, not great. But he's also got decent marking and good tackling. He's another defensive midfielder. And he can also play right back, which I think is where I might use him with the idea of converting Igor Luiz into a centre-back. So we'll see how it goes. But he's another really good player. He comes in from FC Porto, where he never actually played a league game for them. He was signed from Pachuca, and he was then loaned back to a number of different Mexican clubs. They made their money on him, and he now comes to us. He's got a lot of experience of playing first-team football in Mexico. Again, I don't know how we've got a work permit for him. It really makes no sense that we were able to get it, because he hasn't played for the Mexican national team, but he has played a lot of games in Mexico. So I guess that's why that the Mexican league is kind of rated as a decent league. So I would imagine that's the factor in him signing. Now, he doesn't look anything exceptional, does he? Apart from maybe his free kicks and his long throws. But he's got a £19 million release clause. So if he does really well and we get interest in him, we could end up with almost £20 million coming in. So to get him on a free, it just made sense to put that deal through, with the idea not so much that he could be a great first teamer, but that he could really prove to be very profitable for the club in the future. Now, Ben Bailey is another midfielder coming in. So I've made 3 midfield signings. His first touch, passing and tackling are decent. Mentally, he looks pretty good, and physically looks superb. And again, if his dribbling and his finishing are good, towards the top end of the ranges that we can see here, he could be a decent attacking midfield option. Or again, just as a box-to-box midfielder, apart from the fact that maybe his shooting is not the best, he could be a really good option. So again, another free transfer. He's leaving Peterborough, where he's been playing in League One. He's played in the Championship as well. He started out his career at Chelsea. So, yeah, hopefully he's going to have a little bit of quality to him. And again, it's just about really getting that strength in depth in midfield. So, some important midfield signings. And another one coming in, which I'm really, really pleased about. He's costing us $68,000 in compensation. Felix Huddleston is leaving Wrexham, and he is a young striker, 22 years old. And I think I've got a real bargain here. I think with 14 finishing, 14 first touch, decent dribbling, decent passing, decent off the ball, decent decisions, decent composure, and he's got a bit of pace as well. I think that's a really good little signing, again, just to give us some strength in depth in attack. Started the save at Leicester, went to Luton, played a couple of games in the Championship. Only played 8 games for Wrexham last season in League 2. But I think he's maybe a little bit of a hidden gem. I think he's going to give us a decent bit of squad depth there. So I think that's going to work out a little bit of a canny little signing. That aside, the big one that we're waiting to see if he accepts, is Emmanuel Farinazzo. He is an Italian 22-year-old striker at Tottenham. And again, I do like my box of chocolate signings, I know. But we can't see everything about him. But what we can see looks great. For a Championship striker, this could be the difference maker. He's got brilliant long shots and brilliant finishing, a good first touch, good heading, good dribbling. Looks like he could have decent passing. He takes a good penalty. Is off the ball. I mean, it looks like it could be fantastic. Maybe not the quickest of strikers, but good agility and balance to go with his dribbling. I think he looks like he could be a next level striker in the Championship. He is a player with a lot of pedigree. He started off at Juventus. He had a couple of loans in Greece where he managed to score goals at more than one every 2 games. He scored on his Serie A debut for Juventus, and he then went to Tottenham for 6.5 million. Hasn't played in the league for him yet, but I think he looks very good. I'll wait for the scouting report to come through before I confirm this, because he is going to cost us more than 10,000 a week. He would be our highest earner, and he would be taking up a massive amount of the wage budget. So I'm not going to confirm it just yet, because I'm actually looking at a number of strikers that we've got in on trial, who I may be interested in bringing in. But we've got Farinazzo there as a little option, which would be absolutely vital, because if we just take a look at the squad, Mario Cacchiao is of course leaving, so he is going to Augsburg for £12 million. He has been easily our best player the last few seasons, our most creative player, and the only player that can really play that trequartista number 10 role. He's been fantastic, but he only had a year left on his contract. He was unhappy, so I decided to take the money, £12 million. He's been absolutely fantastic for us. He really has. One of the standout players of this save, without a doubt. A free transfer from Burnley. And yeah, just his last season was his best ever for us. But with only a year left, I couldn't risk losing him on a free. So 12 million to Augsburg. We did have interest from a number of Premier League clubs. Nobody really, I think Wolves put in a small, something like 6 million or something. We did have a deal with Club Bruges in Belgium for a deal rising to 8.5 million with a future sell-on fee. But in the end, I decided to cancel that deal, and I offered him out for 12 million. Augsburg have accepted it. They've also given us a friendly, so we're getting some money in off of that friendly. It's goodbye to Mario Cacchiao, but what an impact he had at the club, and is basically he's helping pay for the new training facilities, which are costing nearly 2 million. So thank you very much, Mario Cacchiao. And the other one leaving, we knew, for example, that Ibsen Toledo was going to have to leave us because we couldn't renew his work permit. The man who scored 35 goals last season goes back to Brazil. Really disappointing that we lose him to Fluminense. But what a signing he was. And the other one is Harry Brady. He's going back to Sheffield United. They have renewed his contract. He's now earning 20,000 a week for the next 2 years at Sheffield United. And if I want to loan him, they want all of his wages. Let's see if that's still the offer they're putting on the table. They want all of his wages and £250,000 a month, which obviously we cannot afford. So we've got to say goodbye to Harry Brady. Devastated. Through 2.5 fantastic seasons for us. He was almost a goal a game last season, but before that he was the Championship's top scorer. Had a few injuries last season, to be fair to him, and he also helped us up out of League One as well. The ex-Manchester City man, he's been a big success. He has been a real cult hero for us. Maybe we'll get a chance to bring him back in the future, but as he signed that new contract with Sheffield United, it's just not to be for the moment. So that does give us a lack of a number 10 and a lack of a striker. We have, of course, Anthony Johnson. He's also unhappy, as we predicted, because we didn't play him as a false 9 last season. He is now capped for Nigeria. He's played in the World Cup for Nigeria, which is absolutely fantastic. We had 3 players go to the World Cup. Anthony Johnson with Nigeria, Harry Brady with Australia, and Philip Apaya with, I think he plays for Ghana. So 3 players in the World Cup is fantastic for a team our size. So we'll maybe see if Anthony Johnson gets the chance to be that central striker this season. or if we do bring in a loan player. So that's kind of everything that's been going on, which is quite a lot to fill you in on. The rest is Sean Mavididi has signed a new contract. He's now a highest paid player, almost 10,000 a week. I just felt I needed to do it. He had a year left on his contract. He wanted a new deal. I thought, well, we've got to do it. He was the championship record assister last season, 17 assists in the league. It's, as I said, a championship record. So with that kind of impact, again, I didn't want to risk him becoming unhappy. Renewed his contract. He's on big money, and we've still got him. Dylan Jones, it looks like, is going to leave us. You'll remember if you were watching, he wanted a new contract. He goes out of contract in a few days' time. He would have accepted, I think, £6,500 a week earlier in the season. I refused to give it to him, and I really wish I would have just done that deal now, because if I offer him a new contract, you can see he wants, let's have a look, he wants 10,000 a week. I mean, I'll offer him 7. Is there some sort of deal I can give him to get him to accept that? Or I'll offer him those 6.5. I'll offer him the 3 years. Yeah, I've been looking at left backs, but I haven't really been able to find. I haven't really been able to find anybody of his level that doesn't want major money. So I'm going to offer him a little sell-on fee percentage. See if he accepts that. So he's dropped a little bit. If I go to 6.75, let's have a look. Offer him a bit less, and I'm going to offer him more if we go up, and I'll offer him a little bit more percentage. This looks like it might be difficult. I'm going to go to 7, but I'm not going to go above that, I don't think. You've seen the budget problems. Let's have a look here. There you go. We'll give you a 45% wage rise if we go up, and I'll give you 30% of any future fee. Still not biting. Let's go 7.25. Come on, Dylan. Come on. You're not going to get this anywhere else. If he leaves us, he will only find himself in League One. Right, last offer, 7.5. I'll offer you 50% if you go up. And go on, I'll go 40% of any future sale. Alright, he's accept that. I'm just going to do it. Go on, get that done. Get that done. There's Dylan confirmed. That's really great. I think he's a quality left back. Like I say, really hard to get anybody better in this division that doesn't want a lot more money than that. So, alright, it cost me a little bit extra in the end, but we've got him over the line. That's great. Other than that, yes, we are looking basically on just filling out the squad here. Obviously, we've got those 5 players coming in, so we're going to be able to do that, no problem at all. I think the priorities right now would be a left winger. We've got, of course, Harry Wilson retiring, Ellis Chapman leaving us at the end of his contract, Josh Kennedy leaving us. So we do need a left winger. We desperately need a striker. And we need that number 10 Trequartista. So I think I'm probably looking at wanting to get, those 3 players. Left winger, number 10, striker, to just really fill out the squad. And if I can get from Chelsea or another Premier League club a really top defender and a really top goalkeeper in on loan, I think that will round things out really nicely. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think that would then make us a squad that should have hopes of automatic promotion this season. So that's where we are. We're going to carry on through the transfer window now, and I will be back whenever there's a little bit of an update to tell you about. So of course we've got Kurt Donnelly here, the centre back. I think he's going to be the one that we'll look to bring in on loan from Newcastle. I think from what we've seen, he looks a very, very good player. He's played a few games in the Championship for Barnsley, had a decent 13 games on loan for Colchester in League Two. Hopefully, he's going to turn out to be on the good end of these ranges here on his technical skills. The physicals and mentals, I've got no worries about him at all. So let's see what happens with him. And apart from that, yeah, I'm just looking at another few players. So Jim Hall is a goalkeeper who's not going to be good enough. I'm just looking at a few players to see what other options we might have. So Blas Perez here is a really, really good young winger from Spain. Looks fairly decent. Again, I'll see how things come out in the end here. And who is the other one? Navarro. He's another Spaniard, 21-year-old striker. Again, his ranges here, if he's on the top end of his ranges for his mentals, his physicals, and his technicals, he could be a very, very good option as the striker. Real San Sebastian, I'm trying to think, that's Real Sociedad, right? He's played on loan in Cyprus, scored almost 1 in 2. The rest of his figures are not that great, but he's still very, very young. So we'll see what he's like. He might be an option to loan or even buy if he looks very, very good. And yeah, aside from that, there are a bunch of players on our shortlist who we're looking at. A number of goalkeepers, number 10s, goalkeepers, strikers. We've got a bunch of players who are going out of contract pretty soon as well on the shortlist. So there's going to be lots and lots of players available in a few days' time, hopefully for nothing. And why is that showing me defensive midfielders when I've specifically got it up on strikers there? Okay, okay, so these players can play as a striker. So yeah, we're just going to see what happens really in the next few days. We're going to see who's available, who we might be able to get hold of for nothing or on loan. But I think the majority of the squad is in place for the coming season, and we've just really got to wait and see what we can get just to finish the squad off and hopefully make us amongst the promotion favourites for that one of those automatic spots. I really think that has to be the aim for this season. So we'll just see what happens in a few days' time. There are a number of players. I mean, you can see all these strikers that I've got here on my short list. Actually, let's change transfer value there, just so I can. I'm trying to find one in particular who looks very, very good, who we're currently scouting. We tried to get in on a trial to learn more about him. We couldn't get him in. Here he is at Elche, Salah Lalafi. Now, he is apparently worth somewhere in the region of 2.4 million. 20-year-old Moroccan. I don't know if he'd get a work permit, but from what we can see here, his stats look incredible. He's really pacey. He's perhaps not the best off the ball, but his decisions, his composure look really good. And his dribbling, finishing, first touch, brilliant free kicks, decent heading, decent passing. He looks like he could be the player I'm after. So I'm going to wait until the scout report comes in on him. Would they be interested in loaning? Well, not really, but he earns very little a month. So, I mean, we could offer just to pay his wages. Regular start. I always offer as a squad player just to kind of take that pressure off to have him in the team every week. If I offer him as an advanced forward, so they would not accept that. Just paying his wages would not be acceptable to them. If we were to offer a transfer deal, how much would they want for him? If we offer, say, $1 million. Okay, so I can't offer that right now. I mean, I'm going to make the offer. I can't suggest the terms because obviously I've just offered to loan him. But we'll see what they say to £1 million, and we'll see if maybe he is an option, because from what I can see, he looks like he could be really, really good. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. A goalkeeper and a centre-back hopefully in on loan, a number 10, a striker, and a left wing option. Those are the deals we want to try and get through before the end of the transfer window, before the start of the season. But other than that, I think we're looking really, really good. A really, really good strong squad, good squad depth. Let's see what we might be able to add over the next few days. I will be back when I've got something to tell you about. Keep watching, don't go away. Well, how about this? The first big move of the summer. We have smashed our transfer record to sign Salah Lalafi from Elche. 2.1 million, but with all the add-ons, which he's definitely going to complete, it's going to rise to 2.5 million. That is 10 times the amount of our previous record transfer, which of course was Anthony Johnson this time last year. So we are just on a different level. So thank you so much, Mario Cacchiao. And I'm trying to think of what the goalkeeper's name. He's only been out the door 5 minutes and I can't remember him. Victor Arno, who went to Everton. With those two, we are making more than 17 million. And that is basically what has put us in this position to be able to spend 2.5 million on just one player. And have a look at Salah. Wow, 20 years old. He looks absolutely phenomenal, doesn't he? 20 years old, he can still improve. He's got 5-star potential ability. I mean, if he can just add a couple of finishing points, a free kick point, if he can improve his off the ball and his anticipation, maybe a little bit on his pace. I mean, we're looking at a Premier League striker, no doubt about it. So I think he's going to absolutely tear it up in the Championship this season. I'm just over the moon with this signing. I'm so glad he got his work permit. I was worried he might not, but having played for Elche, I guess that was considered a good enough league. We'll send him on a language course. What does the deal here look like? You can see his first 10 games, we're going to pay 14,000 a game, so another 140,000 there. And when he gets to 50 games, 300k. And they will get 30% of any profit if we ever move him on. So just a very, very good deal. Let's get Igor Luiz, our vice captain, to say hello. Igor Luiz, delighted with that. How does he compare to Harry Brady, who of course has now gone back to Sheffield United? Well, looking at the polygon, I think Salah Lalafi, who is 3 years younger than Harry Brady and earns £12,000 a week less, I think Salah looks the better player. He's better technically, he's the same mentally. Harry Brady is a little bit better physically, a little bit more complete. He's got that 16 jumping reach there, hasn't he? And he is 6'5", so we are really changing from a 6'5" centre forward to a 5'9" minnow. But I think long term, I think this is going to be a legendary signing. I really do. He's got a £16 million release clause as well, which I mean, if anyone was to come in and give us that, obviously it would be great for the bank balance. How are the finances looking? We still have, after making that signing, £17 million in the bank. We've still got 6.7 million to spend in the transfer budget. I cannot adjust any more for wages. So 146,000 is the most I can spend a week. Committed spending is nearly 160. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. And that brings me on to the next topic. Now, what do I do? Now that Salah is here and he looks like he is going to be a top draw centre forward in the Championship, do I go through with the Emmanuel Farinazzo loan deal from Tottenham? Because I still don't have the full scouting report. He looks like he's going to be absolutely awesome, especially on the mentals there. But he is going to be our highest paid player if he comes in. I think he's just short of 11,000 a week. I think I've got to cancel it. Now we've got Salah, and with the the wage budget the way it is, I think I've got to call that off. It's a real shame. I'm sure Emmanuel Farinazzo is going to be absolutely awesome. Maybe we'll have another look at him at the end of the window if we've got anything spare, and maybe see if the terms that Tottenham want are a little bit better. But for now, I'm going to call that off. You can see here I'm looking at some different coaches here. We've got a few more coaching places to offer out. Luke Tisdale, coming in from Coventry, looks a really, really good coach. Great motivator, people manager, really good at basically everything. Tactical coaching is really his weakness at 14, but technical defending and attacking, he's absolutely brilliant. So Coventry, again, only like 45 minutes or something away from Rushden. So it's a local signing. Neil McGuinness, we are looking at bringing him in as a scout, but he looks like he could be a really good technical director or something. But yeah, we're looking at getting him in as a scout. Hopefully he will accept and leave Qatar, the 53-year-old Scotsman. And we're also looking at Luciano Canepa. Again, as a scout, he looks absolutely phenomenal. So we've got a few different things going on there. What else? I have offered a contract to Wari Sabi. It's another box of chocolate signing, I must admit, but coming in from Club Bruges, it cost us, I think, about 1,200 a week. He can play left back and centre back. He's worth 5 million in the Belgian league at 18 years old. So that just convinces me, maybe this is stupid, that just convinces me that he must be a fantastic prospect. Yeah, I mean, does anybody else do this on Football Manager? Do you ever just get a player that you don't really know enough about and I'm just going to do it? I think he's going to be great. He's 6'4", 13 stone. He's strong. He's got amazing jumping reach. His determination's great. His defensive positioning, marking and tackling are all great. It looks like his passing and first touch could be decent. I just think it just seems to be a decent signing. And with that, I've called off the loan deal for the Newcastle centre-back. We've had him in on trial. He looks all right, but to be honest, he looks more like a League One central defender. He looks like he could absolutely tear it up in League One. But I need next level defenders if we are to just get that promotion done this season. What else is going on? You might have noticed on the ins here, we've got a few different contracts we've offered. Now, Ika Marti from Almeria. Now, you can't see everything, but I swear I've had him on my shortlist for a long, long time. I do know that he is better than Sanisalo. If we want, we can bring him in for £300,000, which would be our second most expensive signing ever, and £4,000 a week. So it's not going to break the bank. He was at Tottenham. We tried to loan him when he was at Tottenham, but he's ended up going out to Elche. Played in the Spanish First Division. 24 games last season, which I guess is why we've been able to get him a work permit. Previously at Valencia, played 20 games in the Premier League, or the La Liga Primera División, wouldn't it? 6.5. He's never had great ratings in the top division, but although you can't see it here because I'm waiting for the scout report to come in. I know previously when we did have a full scouting report that he is better than Sanisalo. So we've got that to confirm. Now, the others here, Casper Ropp, we have bid £1 million for from Southampton. He looks a really good centre-back. He is another player that I've tried to sign several times before. He's really strong. He's quick for a centre-back. Really good mentals, decent technicals, not anything exceptional, but a good championship central defender. We've bid £1 million, but he has got a number of options. He's got bids accepted from Reading, Millwall and Sheffield Wednesday, so I don't think he's going to come to us, but that one is pending. William Halsey is just a young centre-back who looks a good prospect for the future. Only 17 years old. Looks very, very good. Just been released by Arsenal. So he will come in to play with the youth team. I've also asked the board to give us a B team. We'll see what happens with that. And just using our affiliation with Chelsea, I've made offers for Dean Kidd, who is a right back and a centre back. Dave Lloyd, who is a left back. Those two are not going to cost us anything at all. And Adam Weston Spence, I'm waiting on a decision from him. 18 years old, just released by Manchester City. From what I can see of him, he looks fantastic. I think he looks a great, great prospect. He can play centre back, which if his marking is any good, he's 6'1", he's got good jumping reach, brilliant heading. He can play centre back. If his marking is as good as the rest of his defensive qualities here, he could be a fantastic centre back. But also with good first touch, good passing, he looks a very, very good midfielder as well. His stamina's really good, so maybe a box-to-box midfielder. I think that's a really good prospect. I'm waiting for him to make his decision because he's also got options from Salford in League One, Rochdale and Gateshead. I think it's between us and Salford. Hopefully he picks us, but who knows, because we're not the best payers. And finally, a really, really important one here is Colin Winter. We looked at him earlier in the transfer window. We tried to offer him a contract before he left. He was at Chelsea. There you go. He's been on loan at Preston. We offered him a contract before he left Chelsea. He wanted about 20,000 a week, which we couldn't do. But he's now accepted an offer for 8.25 a week. I think that's a really, really good price for a player that I see as the Mario Kakao's replacement in the Trecatista role. I think he would be absolutely fantastic. And again, at 22, he's got a bit of time to improve as well. I think if we get Colin Winter, I think that really does just complete the side. And the other one that I've offered for, again, is not costing us anything, taking advantage of our relationship with Chelsea, is Cameron Evans. I mean, again, I can't see everything, but the fact that it's completely for nothing, he looks like he's quick, decent first touch, lots of flair, good technique. Again, a box of chocolates signing. I'll be honest, I've got so many players that I'm scouting at the moment that the scouts are having real trouble getting through them all. I left my phone on again. How amateur. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Cameron Evans, we're going to see when he comes in if he's good enough to be our backup left winger. We lost two left wingers. We lost Ellis Chapman and Josh Kennedy. So we're now just down to Mavididi on the left. I mean, Cameron Evans, he's played 2 games in the Premier League for the best team in the country. So I think he's got to be half decent. So we'll take a chance on him. Again, it's not costing us anything, and he's worth up to 13 million. So hopefully he's going to be that player that can be the backup left winger. So really good now just having that option with Chelsea. And now I've cancelled that. Oh, let's have a look. I want to go to the U23s, not the main squad. Now I've cancelled that deal for the Tottenham striker. I want to see if I can get Thomas Abademi. He's got a lot of interest in him. We had a £1 million offer accepted. He didn't want to come to us. Blackburn and Bristol City are both interested. Am I able to? No, with the budget problems, I'm not able to pay him enough. If I offer him a monthly fee, how much do I need to get? I need to get to 30,000. Let's have a look here. If I offer a monthly fee, which I should be able to do, so there you go. So they get what they want. It's basically they just want his wages paying. So I mean that's not bad at all. I'll offer him as a cup goalkeeper. Oh, and they don't want to accept that. Do I need? Let's have a look. Decline to give an immediate decision. I guess they're going to see if anybody else wants to come in for him. If I offer first choice goalkeeper, I'm going to make that offer. Yeah, they're obviously seeing if they can get a transfer fee for him. So that's where we are. Again, I will be back when we get some more offers in. I'll also be back when we get some full scouting reports. And we know if there are one or two players that maybe we really want to take the leap on. So that's all for now. I'll be back when there's more to tell. Well, that didn't take long. Wari Savi, the 18-year-old Belgian, has been granted a work permit. So he's costing us 1,100 a month plus a 2,000 a month fee. I'm going to accept that, and let's have a look if right, what's going on with Burak Zerenman, where he's rejected Newcastle, so he's not going to come to us. So let's not worry about the Galatasaray man. Let's do the press conference to welcome our record sign-in. Let's see if we can get Salah nice and happy. Are you pleased to have got him? Yeah, it means a lot that he wanted to come. Will he be able to fit into your tactics? He fits us like a glove. Will you be looking for Salah to perform different roles for your team? He's a quality player who can do so much. Do you think that this is the type of signing that will help Rushden and Diamonds realise long-term vision? This is the type of signing that shows everyone what we're about. We're aligned as a club and working towards our objectives every day. Will Salah Lafi find it easy to join in with the squad social groups? We've got a good bunch of lads here. I'm sure they'll welcome him with open arms. How will you get the best out? I'm just going to get out of his way. Good footballers show their quality immediately. Remarkably, it's your 9th signing of the transfer. We have been very busy, but we let 9 players go in my defence, and we have improved the squad quality no end. I'm sorry, that's not an option. I still think the club can benefit from a few more yet. There you go. So, boring as ever, but let's just go forward and check out our new Belgian superstar at left back. Well, here he is then. This is the moment when we unwrap our box of chocolate signing. Wari Savi, are you a good deal or a bad deal? He's alright. I'm pleased with that. Maybe not quite as good as I was expecting. But I think as the backup left back, I think that is a decent signing. Let's just compare him to Luke Allen, who is our other left back option. They're the same technically. Savi is better mentally and better physically. So we've got an upgrade there, not costing the earth. I'm pleased with that. I think that's a decent signing. And as a backup centre back as well, I think he's got enough about him to do a decent job. So yeah, that'll do. That's not bad. That rounds out the squad nicely. Let's just send Igor to welcome him again. Igor, for some reason, is the welcome wagon for us. Alex Baker, who is the captain, doesn't really seem to get asked to do that duty too much. But let's have a look. So Paul Hogan, who of course is one of our backup left backs, he's not progressed as I was hoping last season. Maybe didn't play as much as I thought he might. Just made 6 appearances in the league, 12 appearances in all competitions. This loan is going to be good for him. And he's got a League One offer from Shrewsbury there. But, I mean, I am thinking about the money. So, I am going to accept Hartlepool. I'm going to accept their offer of 80% plus a loan fee. And the same from Doncaster. And these chances, who have just offered a loan fee, Exeter, no. Now let's have a look, because Shrewsbury would be better for him, but he would be a fringe player at Shrewsbury. Now he's on £750 a week, and they're offering an 8,000 loan fee. No, they're not. It's 8,000 for the entire season. So basically not even covering his wages. Going to bin off Shrewsbury. And we've got an offer for Joaquim Malicio. After Tommy Reed, Joaquin Malicio is our longest serving player. Came in on a free from Arsenal, has been great, has played at every level for us from League 2 upwards. Yeah, a really great servant, but let's be honest, he's not a championship level player. If we just compare him to, for example, one of the guys that we just bought in, Ben Bailey, I mean, there's just no comparison there. Ben Bailey, just far the better player. It's time for Joaquin to move on. 125,000, I think is a really good offer. Where are Primero de Agosto from Angola? So Joaquin Malicio, I think he is English in nationality. Well, you can see he's Angolan nationality, but he has also got English nationality. Yeah. So he is going to go to his native Angola. A good deal for us, I think. 125,000. Gets his wages off the books as well. How much was he making? Nearly 2,000 a week. So that is a really, really good deal. Yeah, well, that's how we're looking. What does that do to our setup here on the bench? You can see at the moment I'm looking at training Igor Luiz as the centre back. So I think I'm just going to take out Luke Allen, and we're going to bring in our new friend Wari Sabe there. I wanted to give Luke Allen a chance this season, but I think maybe I'll give him another loan and help his development there. I think he's going to be a very, very good player. But Wari Sabe maybe just gives us a little bit extra quality there. And I'm hoping that Colin Winter comes in here to play as the Trecatista. I'm hoping he accepts that contract and he doesn't get offers from elsewhere. That aside, we are then just waiting for a left winger to complete the bench. And if Winter does not come in, I've got a couple of other options that I'm looking at here. Joe Duffy, he's been on our radar for a long, long time. Originally at Norwich, then went to Gillingham. He was playing the last couple of years in League 2 and the Vanarama National League, but he's been on my shortlist for a long time. And you can see mentally he's very good, physically he's decent, and technically, if these are all in the upper range, he's got good technical skills as well. So he could be a good backup for that number 10 role. And the other one we've got in, who I've actually got on the bench right now, is Tom Sané. He is from Holland. And again, we're just waiting with his trial to get the whole picture, but he looks really, really good. So if Winter does not accept our offer, he looks like he could be a decent option. And I think with the fact he has played regularly in the top divisions of Germany and Holland, I think he probably wouldn't have too much trouble getting the work permit. So, yeah, a 30-year-old, so a different profile, but those are the options we're looking at. Things really shaping up nicely. I don't think there's anything else with the trial list that I need to talk about right now. So, yeah, we will carry on. And again, I'll be back when we've got a little bit more to tell. Well, the signings keep on coming. Adam West Spence, released by Manchester City. He is coming in. He's only on £875 a week. £16 million minimum release fee clause. He is absolutely terrific for 18 years old. And I tell you what, I'm gutted that he hasn't got better marking. He would be an absolutely fantastic centre-back. So that is exactly what we are going to get him working on, defensive positioning. Let's see if over time we can improve that. If he can get up to sort of 10, 11 marking, I'd probably be happy to use him as a centre-back. But he looks absolutely great. I think that is a wonderful free signing. Only 18 years old, you can see he's got so much potential that hopefully he can fulfill. I'm surprised that Manchester City have let him go with attributes like this. I think he looks absolutely great. Another one to bring into the squad who I think he's going to do really well. I think if nothing else this season, we are going to be just we are going to be very, very strong in terms of the depth that we have. So yeah, delighted with that. We do have a little bit of an issue with the winter transfer. Let's have a look. Where is he? Let's have a look here. Colin Winter. He now has offers on the table. I knew it would happen as soon as we put a bid in. Birmingham, Middlesbrough and Preston have all bid for him. For me, he is a key part of the jigsaw. I think he's ideal for that number 10 role. I think he'd be absolutely fantastic. But with the size of those clubs that have bid for him, they're obviously going to be bidding a lot more money than we've offered. The only thing in our favour is maybe we'll be offering him a more important role in the team than those clubs. So I don't think the deal's dead in the water yet, but yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Just depends sort of how ambitious he is. Does he put the stature of the club ahead of the playing time that he's been guaranteed? So we'll see what happens with Winter. If he doesn't accept us, then we'll have to look at some of the other targets. But we're now getting close, I feel like, to really completing the squad for this season. Here we go then, we're at it again. This is like Nottingham Forest, isn't it? Ika Marti is going to come in and be our new goalkeeper, £300,000 from Almeria. He's going to earn £4,500 a week. And there you go. I mean, he's got excellent handling. He's got really good reflexes, great one-on-ones, great aerial reach at 6'3". He's just a very, very good goalkeeper. And if we compare him to Viljami Sanisalo, our greatest ever goalkeeper, you can see he is better, but there's not really that much between them. And they are actually rated kind of even there. So maybe Viljami is sort of more of a more rounded technical goalkeeper with that much, much better first touch and kick-in. But I think in just the regular skills of goalkeeping and shot stopping, I think Ika Marti looks a little bit better. So I think it's an upgrade, but they'll certainly, I think, have a shootout for the number 1 spot. We know we've got a really good replacement if Marti doesn't work out. And there you go. Now, Igor Luiz must have been fed up with welcoming people, so it's now Dylan Jones who's going to help Ika Marti settle into the club. And we've also now confirmed Luke Tisdale as a new member of our coaching staff, so looking really good there with him. I've decided to confirm that Marti signing because the Chelsea goalkeeper that we made a loan offer for, he has now got offers from Derby, Blackburn and I think Sunderland. So he's certainly not going to come to us on loan now. So just get the goalkeeper situation sorted out there. So Tommy Reed, our longest serving player, is now going to find him out of the squad completely, which is obviously a little bit sad, but time moves on. Ika Marti will come in as our new goalkeeper. He's actually best as a sweeper keeper. Look, there you go. Hopefully that'll help with our possession game, having a sweeper keeper in there. So yeah, we're just waiting to see what happens with Colin Winter. Do we have more of an idea? Yeah, so we know more about Tom Sané now. He looks good without being exceptional, doesn't he? He's quick. He's got pace and acceleration. He's very agile. Looks like his dribbling and flair are going to be his big attributes. His decisions and composure look like they could be pretty good. But then outside of that, kind of the finishing, the first touch, the passing, it's all kind of decent championship level without being exceptional. So if we don't get Winter, we've got to consider Sané, and then you can see Joe Duffy is probably a little bit of a step down on that. So I don't think we'll be looking at Joe Duffy as an option. So really it's Winter or Sané and just a left winger to finish the squad now. Joel de Groot is a goalkeeper that was released by Manchester United. Again, doesn't look incredible, so don't think we'll be doing anything with him. Mayers is another attacking midfielder, But yeah, he's well below championship level, so he won't be coming in either. We've got another striker here, an Italian, Della Croce, who's out of contract. He's left Juventus. We're going to have a look at him on trial and see if he might be a decent squad member. Looks like he's got a little bit about him. Been playing in the Belgian Pro League B last season, so he might not even get a work permit. He's played in Cyprus and in the Italian Serie A. So yeah, I would imagine he's got 3 games in Serie A there, a game there for Juventus. So he's got 4 games in Serie A in his career. Yeah, he might have trouble getting a work permit, but we'll have a look at him. He can also play as a right winger as well. So yeah, still a few things going on, but I think things look pretty much complete now. The only thing we've got to get sorted out is this number 10 position and the backup left winger. So yeah, let's see what happens. Well, we have confirmed Cameron Evans coming in on loan from Chelsea. He looks a decent little left wing option. He doesn't look bad. Maybe not the greatest championship player in the world. I think he'd be very, very good in League One. But I think as a backup, with that flair that he's got, with the dribbling ability and the first touch, decent pace and acceleration, I think for nothing, he's an acceptable squad player to come in as that left wing option. So I'm happy with that. I think that with that, our squad is looking just about done. To be honest, we need to move some players on now. We have a huge group of players. Let's just move Evans up there into the squad. It really just all depends now what's going to happen with that number 10 position, if it's going to be Winter or Tom Sané. And we are also waiting. We've got obviously that bid on Malicio. We've got a bid on Joel Campbell. Is it Joel Campbell? He hasn't played for so long, I forget his name. Plymouth have bid 800,000 for him. John Campbell. Plymouth have bid 800,000 for him. He's obviously had 3 loans out away from us now. He's not going to be part of the first team squad, and much less with the players that we've bought in this summer. The ex-Arsenal man was excellent for us in League One. He was absolutely brilliant. Hopefully that deal with Plymouth will go through. It's been in the wings rather for a little while now, so I'm a little bit worried that might not end up going through, but we'll see what happens. That aside, we've offered out Moreno, Little and Fitzgerald, 3 central midfielders. At the moment, no one has bid for them. Eddie Little is wanted on loan by Blackpool and Shrewsbury, and exactly the same with Fitzgerald. They were both on loan at Blackpool last season. Hopefully we can get them out of the door at some point. We've offered Luke Allen out for loan. He's wanted by Shrewsbury as well, and Paul Hogan has a couple of loan bids for him. So Williams is wanted on loan. Do you know what? I'm going to offer him out on loan as well. I mean, he's another midfielder. Or do I leave him to the youth team for this season? At 18, is he going to get a game for the under 18s? Is he good enough to play for maybe a League 2 side? I'm not sure. I think he probably could, couldn't he? We'll offer him out for loan and we'll see what offers we get for him. He's only recently signed, so he's not really thinking about going out. But we'll offer him out there. Let's try and make him a regular starter. I think he looks to me like a deep line playmaker. We'll see if we can get any offers for him. But yeah, really now it's about trying to just reduce the squad size. We've got far too many midfielders now. I still want to try and find a way to incorporate, where is he? Weston Spence. I really want to get him into the matchday squad. But who on earth would I leave out? The matchday squad looks great. It really does. I'm going to put him in for the moment for Tom Sané until we know what's going on with Winter. But that is the squad. We are playing Augsburg in 3 days. That is the friendly that we arranged as part of the Mario Kacquiao deal. So we're going to get a little chance to give Mario Kacquiao a send-off in the stadium. which will be lovely. There you go. There's the Malicio deal being confirmed. He has been an absolutely wonderful servant for us. You've been a fantastic servant. You're welcome back anytime. What a great signing he was. League Two, played all the way up into the Championship. A brilliant, brilliant name, Joaquin Malicio. So there we go. Yeah, it's just that number 10 position now. I'll let you know when that is getting sorted out. But we are now, we have made a huge number of transfers. It has been quite ridiculous, to be fair. I mean, just look at that list of names there on the ins. And that is only since the changeover into this new season. So last season there was a few came in at the end there. Duffy, Porter and Wayne Williams all came in at the end of last season. So those three, plus all the players that have come in here this season, absolutely crazy. But I think it was definitely needed, and I think it just takes the squad to a whole new level. So yeah, there you go. Let's hope that Winter wants to sign for us. Let's hope we can get that deal confirmed. But that's where we are right now. It's just that number 10 position, and we've got the whole squad sorted out before we've even kicked a ball in pre-season, which is fantastic to know exactly where we are, what we've got. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the way things have gone. Let's just try and now get that number 10 position sorted and reduce the squad size. That's really the only thing I've got to keep you informed of now. I'll let you know when we get confirmation or not of Winter's transfer. Well, as I feared, absolutely gutted. Colin Winter goes to Middlesbrough. I really felt like he was the final piece of the jigsaw. I think it would have just been a perfect transfer window if we had managed to wrap him up there. So you can see that leaves us with a space in the team. He played number 10 in the last game. We are now going to put Tom Sané in there. Can he play Trecatista? He can. Let's offer Tom Sané a contract. We've got the final picture. I don't know, is he good enough? Is he good enough? Am I just signing someone for the sake of it here? I'm not convinced by Tom Sané. I'm really not. I mean, I think we know Joe Duffy is not good enough. Yeah, let's end his trial now. He's not going to be good enough. What else can we've got Nico O'Reilly who's in on trial. He's not going to be good enough either. I think I've got to go back to the drawing board on this one. We've just beat Augsburg 3-0 in our first pre-season game of the season. Really good performance. Things are looking pretty good. We're going to cancel Mayer's trial there as well. He is also not at the level. Yeah, I don't have any instant options that I'm considering here. I really do need a number 10. I mean, Ben Bailey came on and played number 10 against Augsburg, but I mean, yeah, he is a midfielder. There's no two ways about it. He's not a number 10. That's not going to be an option. The other option, of course, is bringing another man into midfield and just playing with Parkin as the number 10 this season. How does he compare to Sané? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at him against Tom Sané. He's much better technically, he's much better mentally, and he's better physically. So, I mean, that just sums it up there. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. I think I'm going to have to really now concentrate on finding that number 10. We don't have too many players in on loan at the moment. We've got 3 in on loan. Cedric Preetz, unfortunately, is out for 3 weeks. We've only got 3 players in on loan, so we can loan more. I think I'm going to dedicate myself to looking through Premier League under 23s and seeing if I can find a player available to loan in that position. So that's where we'll leave it. I think things have gone really well. I think that the biggest plus of the transfer window has been this signing of Salah Lalafi, scored against Augsburg in his 45 minutes. I think he's going to be an absolute superstar. I really do. So having got hold of Lalafi, I don't think I can complain too much about the ones that have gone a little bit, well, I was going to say awry, but yeah, just the ones we've missed out on. So yeah, let's not panic right now. I mean, it's only the 12th of July. I've still got about a month before the season starts, 5 weeks. And I've got everything else wrapped up that I wanted. We've got our business done really, really early. I think now it's just a case of spending a bit of time looking through teams and trying to find that number 10 option. So if you've enjoyed it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's been great taking you through this. I really think we're putting together a squad that should be trying to challenge for that automatic spot this season. I think we're going to be so much stronger than last year. We've just got to get that last player in, get it over the line, and really look forward to a good season. So yeah, I will see you on the next one. Don't miss the next episode, which will be the start of the championship season, our 3rd year in the championship. It's going to be a good one. See you on the next one. Bye for now.